We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, history was made as Neil Armstrong became the first man to step on the moon.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
What dark secret did Armstrong discover on the moon? Welcome to The Untold. You are just about to listen to the most unthinkable plan ever thought by not other than a Zambian. Make sure to hit that like button. If you are excited to learn more about historical hidden figures, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We love hearing from you, so be sure to leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts and suggestions. Now let's journey back to the business.
Liftoff, the final liftoff of it.
We are talking about the most heaviest and unthinkable journeys taken by humans. It was called Space Race, the journey to the moon. In 1961, in the midst of the space race, the Soviet Union, now called Russia, conducted several unmanned lunar missions, space programs, and they sent the first human, his name was Yuri Gagarin, into the space, aboarding Vostok 1. Unfortunately, he only made it to space. The crew did not achieve the moon landing. Why? Don't know. That's a story for another day. Later on, in 1969, a moon landing was successfully achieved by the Apollo program, with Apollo 11 making USA the first country to reach the moon, with Neil Armstrong being the first man to step on the moon. With that being the case, let's now journey back before America landed on the moon. In 1964, Zambia got independence. A nation was brimming with youthful optimism, yet in the midst of celebrations, an unusual dream took root in the mind of Edward Makuka Nkoloso. Nkoloso was born in 1919 in the northern part of northern Rhodesia, now called Zambia. He was drafted into the Northern Rhodesia Regiment in World War II, ultimately serving as a sergeant in the Signal Corps. After the war, he became translator of the Northern Rhodesia government. He was also a grade school teacher and opened a new school which was reportedly shut down by the British authorities. He then joined the resistance movement. He was arrested and imprisoned in 1956 to 1957. Following his release, he was appointed as a security official of United National Independence Party, called UNIP. This former school teacher and self-proclaimed philosopher always had a fascination with the sky. It began from a childhood airplane ride, where a stubborn pilot refused his whimsical request. He requested that the pilot stop the plane so that he can step on the clouds. Well, the boy just wanted to touch the clouds. Now, fueled by the spirit of independence and the fervor of the space race dominating the global headlines, Edward dared to dream the unthinkable, a Zambian space program. You can ask, why did he even think of that? Well, in 1961, the newspaper was published, declaring that the Soviet Union had launched the first woman into space. When Edward saw the paper, he slammed it down and said to himself, "Why not us?" he muttered. "Why can't Zambia be the first?" Edward wasn't just a conventional dreamer. He lacked the formal scientific background, the vast resources, and the international backing that characterized the space programs of the superpowers. But what he possessed in abundance was an infectious enthusiasm and an unwavering belief in the potential of his new independent nation. Leaving all the limitations, he made his first move. Edward's outlandish proposal was found a surprising audience at a local bar. Surrounded by friends and acquaintances, he passionately described his vision. Zambians, the first Africans planting their flag on the moon. The men listened, some were skeptical and others intrigued. One man of them interjected, "But Edward, we don't have rockets and we don't even have spacesuits." Edward unfazed, he replied, "We have determination. We will build our own rocket, train our own astronauts, and we will call them Afronauts. So he established his team and called them Afronauts, the name he coined himself. Joining two words, Africa and astronaut, he made Afronaut. He also made his training rocket, a drum-shaped vessel made of aluminium and copper 3x3, which he named Dikalu. The audacity of the idea sparked both amusement and admiration. Slowly, Edward's infectious enthusiasm began to sway some. The idea of a Zambian space program may have seemed fantastical, but the underlying message resonated. Zambia, a young nation, could achieve anything it sets its mind to. News spread like a wildfire. Soon, a radical group of hopeful young men and women gathered on the outskirts of Lusaka, the bustling capital. This was the birthplace of the Zambian Space Academy, a collection of ramshackle buildings on an abandoned farm. Edward, his eyes gleaming with purpose, declared them his Afronauts. His training regime was, just to put it mildly, unconventional. The trainees were to swing on tires to simulate their weightlessness. The second one was endured wild spins in a makeshift G-force contraption and tumbled down a bumpy hill inside a repurposed oil drum. All this was designed to prepare them for the unknown. Now, did they succeed? Let's try to find out. Edward, a self-proclaimed scientist and philosopher, lacked access to the sophisticated technologies powering the space programs of the superpowers. Traditional rocket launches were deemed impractical. Instead, Edward dreamed of a giant catapult, a mechanical marvel that would propel the Dikalu and its crew toward the moon. Days were spent in dust warehouses, hammering and welding sheets of metal. The Dikalu, a testament to Edward's boundless optimism, slowly took shape. News of Zambia's audacious space program reached far and wide. International media descended upon Lusaka, captivated by the sheer eccentricity of it all.
At entering Zambia for the world's space race. However, to most Zambians, these people are just a bunch of crackpots, and from what I have seen today, I am inclined to agree.
Newsreels captured Edward, clad in a makeshift spacesuit, addressing a captivated crowd at the National Stadium. He stated, "Today we take our first giant leap," he declared, his voice reverberating through the throng. "Today Zambia reaches for the stars." Yet, beneath the bravado and media friends, a crucial element remained missing: fans. Edward, with the unwavering determination, reached out to the international organizations and even the superpowers locked in the space race. But guess what? Polite refusals and outright ridicule were on his response. Another reason why his plan was not successful was that the crew members left the academy for different reasons. The girl got pregnant and was taken by her parents for marital reasons. His boys lost focus and left the academy. Makuka's dreams died when the America landed on the moon in 1969. He got tarnished but kept believing, not until his last breath in 1989. Even though his plan was not so successful, still we have something that we can learn from his plan. You always have to remember, if you can vision it, it's never impossible. You just need to find means to achieve it. Our dreams are not too big to achieve. We have come to an end of this episode. Thank you so much for uncovering this amazing piece of the space race with us. Let us know what you have to say about this man and his unimaginable thoughts in the comment section. Like, subscribe and share the video. Bless.